Good morning, dear participants. We are very happy. It's a joy to see you all together with us today, ready to advance one more step in the path of educare. Before we start, let me remind you that we shouldn't open our cameras unless invited by the host. Also, you may find that sometimes it is nicer to view this course in the gallery view together with hide non-video participants. Then you can see, if there are two speakers, you can see the dialogue of both of them. And there you can activate the gallery and the hide non-video. The educare program has 4 core tenets or fundamental principles of Satyasai education. The unity of head, hands, and heart. The unity of faiths, unity in diversity, and sealing on desires. Last November, we explored the second of the above tenets when we reviewed together most of the world's religions, only to discover that all of them foster the same 5 human values. Do you remember? Today, we will go one step beyond. Religions are not just similar in their values, but in substance, they are one. To that end, we have with us Professor Vassiliki Stephaanides, whom you know very well. You may recall that after studying at the universities of Oxford and Arkansas and more, she taught for many years at the American College of Greece at its degree unit for under and postgraduates. She is now a senior lecturer of our institute. Vassiliki is going to show us that there are other parameters that prove the substantial unity of faiths. To make her point, she will examine 6 of the most popular religions. 6 are plenty to that end, as you will see. She might be listening now. Are you, dear Vassiliki?
Good morning, dear Jordi. Yes, I'm here, and I'm happy to see you.
Yes, I'm very happy to see you too. Is it as cold in Greece as it is in Spain?
Not really. Cold has started, but today we have a sunny day, and this is so encouraging and uplifting.
Very good. You know, there was a very nice film, My Fair Lady, I believe, where they said, in order to teach that in English, the letter that is like this sounds A. They said, the rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain. But now it says no, that it stays in the plain all over Spain. It's fantastic. Okay, I'm going to leave you and to make your presentation. We are very excited to discover how is it that religions are actually all one. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Jordi. Good morning, dear participants, dear friends. I'm very happy to be with you again today. We will have to discuss the unity of faiths. This is our 8th session in module 2. And as you see, we have the title and a bright sun coming out of the mountains and brightening the whole world and all the religions. Next, please. In the words of Sri Satyasai Baba, the meaning of faith is as follows. First of all, have faith. Faith in God and faith in yourself. If you deny the existence of God, It is like you deny your own existence because yourself is divine. Faith is the very life breath of man. Without faith, man is a lifeless corpse. With the life breath of faith in him, he is divine. In the words of St. Augustine in his sermons, we read, faith is to believe what you do not see, and the reward of this faith is to see what you believe. The etymology of the word religion comes from Latin religare, which means to bind back or reunion, go back to one's origins. And as we see in the next slide, religion is a system of faith, as Satya Sai has said. It means being bound to God, living in the consciousness of God. The symbol of unity of religions is given to us by Swami himself in this lotus flower, where in its petals, symbols of each religion are seen, and the oneness in the center of all religions appears. Satya Sai Baba says, the basic truth in all religions is one and the same. The philosophical ideas or practices and methods of approach may vary, but the final objective and goal is one. All religions proclaim the oneness of divinity and preach the cultivation of universal love without regard to caste, creed, country, or color. Now, the interpretation that Satya Sai Baba has given to the symbols of religions, or the emblem that we have seen, is as follows. For Hinduism, which is the Sanatana Dharma, religion meaning the eternal law, he says, listen to the sacred sound of Om, resounding in your heart as well as in the heart of the universe. Next old religion is Zoroastrianism, the fire. Swami says this means cast into the fire the lower instincts and impulses. Offer your bitterness in the sacred fire and emerge great, pure, and holy. In Buddhism, where we see the wheel of Dharma, he says, remember the wheel of cause and effect, of deed and destiny, and the wheel of Dharma that rights them all. In Christianity, we have this very important interpretation of Swami. He says, cut the I feeling clean across and let your ego die on the cross so that you can achieve eternity. Islam, the moon and the star. Be like the star which never wavers from the crescent, but is fixed in steady faith. In the words of Prophet Muhammad, we have, a believer does not attain the true reality of faith until he loves for others what he loves for himself. The best of God's blessings is good character, and the worst is an evil heart with a beautiful appearance. Satya Sai Baba says, do not change your religion. If you are a Christian, become a better Christian. If you are a Muslim, become better Muslim. If you are a Hindu, a better Hindu, and so on. And if you do not believe in any religion, believe in yourself and follow the human values. Here again, we see the 5-petal lotus flower. Each petal has one of the 5 values: truth, right conduct, peace, love, non-violence.
And now you will see a very important video with Pope Francis on interreligious issues.
La mayor parte de los habitantes del planeta se declaran creyentes. Esto debería provocar un diálogo entre las religiones. No debemos dejar de orar por él y colaborar con quienes piensan distinto.
Confío en Buda.
Creo en Dios.
Creo en Jesucristo.
Creo en Dios, Alá.
Muchos piensan distinto, sienten distinto, buscan a Dios o encuentran a Dios de diversa manera. En esta multitud, en este abanico de religiones, hay una sola certeza que tenemos para todos. Todos somos hijos de Dios.
Creo en el amor.
Creo en el amor.
Creo en el amor.
Creo en el amor.
Confío en vos para difundir mi petición de este mes. Que el diálogo sincero entre hombres y mujeres de diversas religiones conlleve frutos de paz y justicia. Confío en tu oración.
Next, please. Satya Sai says, the main scriptures of the different religions never condemn other faiths. In his words, let the different faiths exist, let the praise of the Lord be sung in a variety of tunes. Each of them is a valid path to the same truth, as long as they do not extinguish the flame of unity. So looking at the scriptures, we read similar sentences and phrases. In Hinduism, we read, however man approaches me, even so do I welcome them. For the paths men take from every side are mine. Zoroastrianism, which is a very old religion, about 4,000 years before Christ, started in Persia, and now there is also in India, although with not so many followers. The religion of fire, we read in the words of Zoroaster or Zarathustra. The sun, the moon, the stars, the seas, the hills and the plains, are not these also the vision of him who reigns? Turn yourself not away from 3 best things: good thoughts, good words, and good deeds. In Buddhism, which appeared in the 5th century before Christ in North India, we read, one should not honor only one's own religion and condemn the religions of others, but one should honor others' religions. Judaism, which came before Christianity and Christianity was based on it, we can read the two greatest commandments that appear in the Torah, the Hebrew Bible. You should love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind and with all your strength. And the second one, you should love your neighbor as yourself. There is no other commandment greater than these two. And the same words we read in the works of Mark, Matthew, and Luke, the apostles of Jesus. Here we have Christianity, Jesus preaching. Do not do to others what you do not want others to do unto you. This is the famous golden rule that we find in most of all religions. And then the saying that is so important, love your enemies. Islam, the Quran, the holy book of Islam, we read, let there be no compulsion in religions. Truth stands out clear from error. Whoever rejects evil and believes in God have grasped the most trustworthy handhold that never breaks, and God hears and knows all things. Satyasai says, all religions are facets of the same truth. All scriptures are holy. All places of worship are holy. All religions are seeking the one and same God, although they may call him by different names. He also shows us the unity of everything in the world, saying, jewels are many, gold is one. Stars are many, sky is one. Nations are many, earth is one. Beings are many, breath is one. Sparks are many, fire is one. And now we will see some interesting photos of roads taken that can remind us that all roads lead to one truth. You see one road going up, then one splits in two, but then it will unite. A road around a mountain, a zigzag road among houses, among ruins, it seems another road, cars running in the snow, road opened in the snow, another going up the top of the mountain, another one going through a hole in the rock, up and down road, a road in the forest, straight road in the plains. So we see that roads are many, but the goal is one, to reach the truth, the one truth. Here we see the various prayers. On the left of this picture, we see a Muslim praying Then we see Hindus also glorifying God and praying by the water. The Parsi holding the fire. The lady offering a lotus flower to Buddha. We have another Muslim, and finally Jews, the Hebrew religion, reading from their holy book. We can see it in sacred architecture. The first that you see up here is a temple in India. Then we can see the Parthenon of the Acropole in Athens. Then we see the Blue Mosque in Istanbul, Turkey. A Muslim temple down to the left. Notre Dame in Paris. And an Asian temple. Here we see the church, Hagia Sophia in Greek, which means wisdom of God. This is found in Istanbul, famous for its perfect architecture of a Byzantine church, which later was turned into a Muslim temple, and we can see the minarets around it. This is an interesting picture that I made when I was in Crete, the southern island in Greece. And here we see a temple and the unity of Christian, Orthodox Christian religion with a bell tower, and the Muslim religion and the minaret. So the two are in one building, where we can have prayers of Christian and Muslim devotees. The sacred scriptures here, you see the book of Islam, and below you see a Chinese holy book. A nice picture of two ladies, a Christian one and a Muslim one, reading happily from their holy books, the Bible and the Quran, and probably finding similar sentences, if not the same exactly. Water, purification by water. Here we see on the top a lady bathing herself, probably in the holy waters of river Ganges. Below, we see the baptism of Jesus Christ by Saint John in the river Jordan in Israel. Saint John is pouring water on the head of Jesus, and at the same time, the sky is open, and the white pigeon is coming down, and the voice of God is heard saying, "This is my son, the blessed one." This is a picture from the Orthodox Christian Church. Then right on top again, the ladies praying in the holy waters for purification, and again the man down praying to God near the water. Hindus. Here we see a drawing that our children in the human values class had to do and to color it, because on the day of the baptism of Jesus, which in Greece is on the 6th of January, it's a very holy day for the country, and it's the Epiphany day. We had the story, we discussed it with the children, and then they had to paint this image and understand better the meaning of Epiphany in Greece. Then we can see purification by fire. Adoration through fire is the center of each ritual. You can see on top, Zoroastrians. Top right, again, Zoroastrians with a fire. Below, Christians lighting the candles in the church. And then a lady praying. It's probably Hinduism here, praying to her Lord and making arati, probably, which is the glory we give to our God. And a little humor here. The world's most intelligent beggar. This clever beggar has written, as you can see, which religion cares the most about the homeless. And then he put all these little balls on papers to ask for money and coins from the Muslims, the atheists, the spiritual, agnostics, pagan, Buddhist, Christians. Very clever, isn't it? Here we see the unity of faiths again, the Aryan religions, which is Hinduism, Zoroastrian, Buddhism, and then the Semitic or Abrahamic religions, Hebrew religion, Christianity, and Muslim. We see the symbols of each religion in here, and we are going to see a very interesting old video from Swami talking to his devotees in an interview, when one devotee asks him which symbol is the most important of the religions. Let's see.
Ignorance is very bad one.
What is the highest symbol of God?
Highest symbol of God is love. There is no symbol. No symbol. Somebody there is a grass, somebody there is a moon, somebody there is then somebody is fire, somebody is moon and star. This is only physical. The worldly symbols. Spiritual symbol is only one, is love. There is no form, only experience. Experience, enjoy.
Here we have the perfect divine answer. Which symbol is the most important of all religions? And in the end, we read Satya Sai's words. There is only one religion, the religion of love. There is only one language, the language of the heart. There is only one God, and He is omnipresent. And here we see the symbol of love reflected on the sea. Through the clouds, the rays of the sun show us love again. Thank you for your attendance. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, dear Vassiliki. It was a very interesting explanation. You know, I liked it so much when the Pope was saying very simply, we are all God's children. And Satya Sai, when he said, actually, God is love. The name of God is love. Well, it seems impossible because Vassiliki is so clear, but maybe there are a few questions for her. Please type your questions on the chat, and Vassiliki will reply them. Question number 1 is not yet there, but it is coming. I can see it coming. Because, of course, we see it so clear that religions all have love, all have fire, remember? They all pray. Don't be shy. Put some questions. Anyway, I have one question. And if you allow me, I'll make the question and the answer at the same time. The question would be, listen, it seems that all religions are one, as Vassiliki says, and so many people say. However, when we go about and we travel, we see so many different religions. How is it possible that we say that they are one? They are so different. Sometimes they even quarrel, or they discuss, or they everybody's saying, my religion is the true one. The other people are wrong, you know. So, in fact, what we may say that it happens is that when a master disappears, the devotees gather to preserve his or her teachings. It's natural, of course, but gathering means structuring. And when you structure people, you create an organization. And organizations are organisms, and every living organism has certain needs. And the first one is to perpetuate itself, survival. And to survive, you need identity. And I am different from the rest. And the more different I am, it is clearer for me how to survive. So all religions, these organizations, have tended to separate from one another. And do you know, Vassiliki, could you imagine, can you guess how many religions are there out in the world?
What?
How many churches are there out there in the world?
Innumerable, I think.
Well, you can number them. They say that there are 35,496 independent churches, only inside Protestantism. Just imagine. So each one of them needs to be, it's us, it's our religion, and we are right and the rest are wrong. So it's funny, but the striking reality is that religions are the same. All these churches, they are all Protestant, which in fact came from Catholicism, which in fact is a part of Christianity, which in fact it has its origins in Judaism, and so on. And Judaism and all the other religions that there are in the world, the main religions, they all come from the natural religion, which in India is called Sanatana Dharma, or the Mamos religion, and so on. So that's the unity, isn't it, Vassiliki? But I've got questions for you now from people. What is the experience?
Can I say, sorry, Jordi.
Yes, please.
So a message coming from Antonella and Marco from Italy, saying that it is the ego that creates the divisions and so many churches. That's nice, isn't it?
Very nice, of course. And what was your experience when you first heard the message of unity of faiths? When did it happen? Was it something new or something you already had thought of?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
Me?
Well, somebody is asking you.
Oh, somebody is asking me. Well, when I first heard it, it was not new to me. I had already thought, before even meeting Sai Baba, that it is not possible that Christianity should be the best and true religion, as we would hear in our religion, that the only God is Jesus Christ. I thought it is not possible. So many good people exist in other places in the world, and they are not Christians. I was thinking, wondering all this, and when I heard Sai Baba saying these things, I felt really, oh, that is really the truth. Thank you, Swami.
Yes.
Question?
Yes. Somebody says tolerance is the only way to walk our roads, which is religion, and to let others walk their religion, their roads. And Baba also says that you do not need to give up your religion, just follow your own.
That's right.
Because tolerance ensures acceptance and peace.
That's right.
That is also nice, isn't it?
Acceptance and love and respect, I think, is the answer to this. And we should develop these human values, all of us.
Yes. Another question still. What do you mean by the phrase of Satya Sai? What do you think is the meaning of Satya Sai when he says, you must be born in a religion, but not die in one? That's a nice one.
No, sorry, I didn't hear, but
not die in one. You must be born in a religion,
okay,
but not die in one.
Yes, that's right. Satya Sai says that we have to work in our religion and be better devotees in this religion. But as we develop spiritually and we go higher, we should be above this religion and realize and understand the unity of religions and be one with all. That's why we should not die in that religion.
But does it mean that before dying we must go and say goodbye? Eh? You go to the Pope and say, hey, Pope, bye.
Not really. I think that we realize by our spiritual advancement the unity. That's why we discuss about it, and that's why Swami taught us about this unity. We should start feeling the unity, and then we cannot remain strict in our religion. We accept all.
I think we may link this to John, the Beatle. He made Imagine when he was alone, when he had separated from the other Beatles. He made Imagine, and in Imagine, it describes. It's very beautiful because it's natural values. Imagine throughout, and then he arrives at a certain point where he says, "And no religion too." And I'm sure that he was meaning what Satya Sai is saying. So, no religion is the point at which you really don't need anything. You don't need to pray. You don't need to pray because you are God itself. So you realize you are praying to yourself, and at that moment, prayer is silent. It's silent. It's just an attitude, isn't it? And the divinity within is what we all seek. And of course, Satya Sai says the moment you discover the divinity within, then religion stops. You become one with the religion. Isn't it, Vassiliki?
That's right, Jordi. That's right.
There is somebody else who's saying, well, we not die in one, we have to be born in one religion, experience and understand other religions, acceptance. Experience and accept before one dies. Well, the acceptance before one dies, and acceptance before you realize that you are the very thing. You are the very substance of the universe.
Dear Jordi, there is another question. How the understanding of unity of faiths can be implemented in education?
Vassiliki, all for you.
Okay, very nice question. Thank you. In education, first of all, by our own example, I mean the teacher's example, the children start understanding that we should not be narrow-minded in one. The teacher can teach, mention other religions, so that we are not, let's say, don't stick to one, or we are not fanatical. He has to explain it to the children that there are other religions and other people with good heart that believe in their own God, which may have different names, as Swami says, or different images, but it is all one, it is all the same God. So they have to tell and teach the children that we are in our religion, we are born, we are baptized, perhaps, because, say, in Greece, most of the population are Christian Orthodox, and they are baptized when they are babies. So they are Christians believing in Jesus Christ. They may go to church on Sundays or not. But they should not feel that other religions are no good or secondary to our own. And this is the teacher's job, to show this to the children, to speak about it, to have some discussions, and let them understand this. It should be a lesson on all religions, probably. But
yes, and how would you solve at school when children come dressed in different manners due to their religion?
How do we show?
How would you address the thing that people come dressed in a different way? So is it so in Greece? In some countries, it is forbidden. In France, for instance, it is forbidden that they are dressed differently. But in
Greece, most, 90% or more, they are Christian Orthodox, but they are some Christian Catholics also, and some Jewish people. They are here, and of course the teacher respects this. And if they talk about God, the teacher will show his respect and acceptance of these other religions, but they are minimal. We almost don't have cases like that.
I see. And are there SSE-HV lessons which are devoted to the unity of faiths?
Definitely. And as we said that a few days ago, on January 6th, we had a lesson with our children, of course, on the baptism of Jesus Christ, but then we talked about the meaning of baptism in all religions. And certainly there should be a lesson on the unity of religions. Thank you. That's very, very nice suggestion.
And songs, because in SSE-EHV we do songs in educare children. Are there any songs that are songs relevant to the unity of faiths?
Well, we have songs on the unity of values, of human values, many songs that our children like so much, and they sing outside the class. They sing it in the car while George and another devotee is guiding them, is driving them to their home, which is far from our place of the class. And they love to sing this, and they love to sing also some Indian bhajans, some of them. But at the moment, we don't have a song on the various religions. And it is a very good idea, as I said before, that George and other teachers of human values will start working on that and create songs on that. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Vassiliki. Thank you so much. Listen, I think that we can now go for a break. We will be waiting for you at 11 o'clock sharp. Okay, so thank you, and thank you, everybody. We have been, I put that question of why is it that if there is unity of faiths, we see so many differences, and we go about in the street and we see people dressed in one way, dressed in another way. They have different habits. Sometimes you may be speaking with somebody, and if he or she is a Muslim and it is a certain time, they will stop and they will go to pray. They will go to do some spiritual exercises or spiritually connected exercises and so on. So we are very different from one another from the viewpoint of religion. And the questions that we are going to submit to you in the split rooms today are the following. When you interact with people of another religion, how do you handle it? And what are your feelings about it? Is it easy to perceive the unity Vassiliki has shown to exist? Is it easy for you? Do you think it is easy for them as well? So just please delve into your own experience in the day-to-day and find out what is it that you really feel about the unity of religions in real life, and what is it that you see other people to feel, to experience. We will have 25 minutes to discuss this in the groups. It's a very promising matter, very promising subject, and I would ask you to then select somebody to speak, to make a summary for 2 or 3 minutes, so that in the end we can understand how do we all live the unity of faiths. Please, let's go ahead with the rooms. So thank you really very much for your contributions. Now I should tell you, we've got a surprise for you, a very beautiful song that you must listen to very carefully, and you must read each one of the words. But before I'll tell you that next meeting will be on the 11th of February, Unity in Diversity, which is the continuation of the unity of faiths, unity in diversity. Is there any remark, Vassiliki, you want to say goodbye? Yes.
Yes, dear.
Hey, Vassiliki. I was missing you.
Participants, although each religion has festivals, traditions, mythologies, which form a part of the tangible and intangible heritage of the country, let us remember that religion is a system of faith, and its literal sense is binding back to the one God. And as one devotee in our group said, unity is divinity. Thank you.
Thank you, Vassiliki. Thank you very much. Thanks.